Hello and welcome in the introduction devlog of our new Action MMORPG under the codename Project Mellow. We started the development of the game 3 months ago and the progress we made so far is pretty amazing. I'm a big fan of online RPG games like Diablo 2, Path of Exile, Ragnarok Online, Guild Wars 2 and many more. So don't be surprised if you see some similar mechanic in our game. I had this game idea in my mind since a very long time. In fact, the first personal project I made 4 years ago has a lot of similarity, but at that time our skills in game development was far from what they are right now. In the past 5 years, I learned a lot by participating in some game jam, by making prototype games at home, and by working in my full-time job as a technical artist. I'm also super lucky to have my friend that joined me 2 months ago. He has some good knowledge in online development, so he is currently working on the architecture of the dedicated server and the database. On my side, I'm doing the offline stuff, like the gameplay, the art, and many systems related to the core of the project. So, now, you will ask me, what is Project Mellow? Let me tell you. First, you have to know that the pillars of the game are loot and economy. You will have to defeat epic enemies and bosses with your friends to gather the rarest piece of loot you possibly can. The only way to become the strongest hero of that world and being able to reach the fame you deserve will be by trading with other players. So we plan to have between 3 and 5 different classes, but for now we're working on the fighter, which is wearing a sword and shield. Now, let me show you what we have done so far. I will start by showing you the combat prototype I have done. And by the way, all the animation you will see are done by our good freelancer animator, Ali Reza. If you're interested to hire him, I put his Discord name in the description below. During the melee combat, you can do a combo that have 3 steps, as you can see there. I worked a lot on the feedback when the mob received damage. As you can see, the mob knockback, it flashed white, pop a hit FX, and it showed the damage dealt with a UI that pop out of the mob. For me, it's very important to have a combat system that feels good. So please let me know what you think about it in the comments. The mob that we are fighting is a basic enemy with a simple AI. It doesn't deal damage for now. Since it's still a prototype and we want to know the feel of the combat, we felt that it was better to make it as a dummy. In the game, we will have different type of monster, and each of them will have variation, like an elite, a boss version of that monster, and so on. The loot that you see on the ground is driven by our loot system. For those who know Diablo 2, I made a similar magic find system. So more magic find you got, better are the chance to find something rare. The monsters and the zone you are in can influence the magic find as well. The item rarity are uncommon, common, rare, epic, and legendary. When the item drop, the loot system is rolling a quality percentage. That quality is influencing the stats and the rarity of the item. They also have a tier, which is most likely a higher level of the same item type. For example, the tier 1 sword is a branch, and the tier 3 sword is a silver blade. The mechanics stay the same, but the stats are higher and you also have a higher chance to get more attribute on it. Now the inventory. We decided to have an inventory system with different sizes of item. We find it more interesting than having all single slot with a max weight. The current inventory size is 10 by 6, which is way enough to start. In the future, to have more space, you will be able to wear a bag or a backpack. We will probably add a personal chest somewhere in the main town. It's still to define what size of this chest will be, and if we can upgrade it or not. And later on, we will also implement a guild system with a chest that all the guild members will be able to use. Now, I will talk about the equipment system. If you are already familiar with RPG, you will see that we choose to have a traditional equipment system. The weapon, offhand, chest armor, helmet, glove, and boots have a visual impact on the character when you equip them. It allows you to see your friend's gear and know what tier they are wearing. We are still in discussion to see if we will add a cape slot to show your guild icon and colors. I think it's very interesting, but it's still to define. Now, let me show you what we have done so far with the dedicated server. The base architecture is complete, and we are currently implementing the player movement and animation. What you see is the first step of that implementation. We still have to smooth some animation on the network and work on the lag compensation. But we are very happy with the progress we made so far on that server. It shows great promises. It's about it for the introduction video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in the project, and if you want to follow more closely the development and share with us your ideas and thoughts, please join our Discord server. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in our next devlog.